They're just going to end subscriptions, but they'll act like it's there. Oh, you still get your magazine in the mail, but if the government censor decides that that issue's not good, they'll put a notice up and they'll just take that magazine away. That's what this is.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
We have to break the globalist spell. How they intimidate us, how they bully us, how they censor us. I was just reading about this the other day, and I was talking to one of our tech guys who's doing a report on it. Harrison Smith. YouTube is ending subscriptions. Yeah. They're ending subscriptions. They're ending your free will. They already don't let most people get most of the videos we send out. They already shadow ban. They already block. But now they're announcing for everyone, they're going to decide what comes up in the subscription feed, period. Their algorithm will decide if you can even see on the page you visit. So if you go to the Alex Jones channel and bypass them and use it as like a website, even though they're blocking 90+% of people from getting our notifications, now they're just going to end subscriptions, but they'll act like it's there. Oh, you still get your magazine in the mail, but if the government censor decides that that issue's not good, they'll put a notice up and they'll just take that magazine away. That's what this is. Imagine if the post office said, well, we let everybody get Time magazine unless we decide a particular issue isn't good, and then we're going to go ahead and just take that. You'd be like, this is incredible. My God, this is America. But they're like, oh, our algorithm will decide what subscriptions you actually get. Maybe none, maybe all of them, because they already force feed all the garbage. If they want a particular video creating race war in America to get 300 million views, it will. They're going to force feed it to you. People go, well, just leave YouTube. It's everywhere. They're coming after InfoWars. They're coming after me. They're having congressional hearings about they want to shut Drudge Report down. They're putting people in jail for 6 months to a year for making Hitler jokes that John Cleese made in England. It's here. I know I keep going over this, but men and women better get aggressive. You better go to your church and say, I want to speak in front of the church about censorship. And if that church doesn't let you, you need to leave it because it's not a church. You need to be at city council. You need to be everywhere getting upset, folks, or they will take everything from you. We're striking back. We're fighting hard. We're committed because we know these are bad people. It's a normal instinct if somebody's laying on top of you, suffocating you. I mean, I remember the experience when I was like 10 years old, before I started went into puberty when I was 11, started fighting. That back in the old days, my parents were what you call just mainline Americans, but I would come home with black eyes and stuff. My mom would say, oh, honey, I'm sorry. My dad would be like, well, you know, how old are they? They're 14, 15. A couple of them beat you up. Well, you were out walking home from the school bus. Were there any rocks around? Because, you know, if a bunch of guys are 4 or 5 years old and you go ahead and smash them upside the head with a rock. And, you know, a few times it was a really older kid doing something. My dad would go threaten to kick their dad's ass or whatever. But the whole point is, I remember that a few times. My dad wasn't a troublemaker, but, you know, I'd be like 6 years old and some 12-year-old, 14-year-old beat me up. I remember my dad taking me to the person's door knocking. Some guy with tattoos, twice my dad's side, walk out. My dad say, get your ass in the yard. I'm going to beat the living hell out of you right now. Come on, you son of a bitch. And they wouldn't, of course, walk off that thing. My mom told the story once where like 5 UT football players started a fight with my dad at the park because he had long hair and he beat the living hell out of all of them. Now, back then, he was a gymnast, too. He could do the whole gymnast thing where we can all stick out straight and everything. Yeah, he like hobbles around like an old wizard. But the point is that I don't know why I'm even going into these stories. I just cannot believe that people put up with this crap. I'm done with it. I'm tired of it. And they are attacking men in this country, and they are trying to make everybody submit to this garbage. And we don't even stand up for our children, and we turn them into these wimps. in these nanny states, but they're going to end up getting mugged or attacked sometime in their life, and they're not going to know what to do. And so they get even more scared, and then they want the government to get bigger and have more power, and then all it does is turn that into another corruption. And today I'm just all over the map. There's so much to get into. I'm telling stories about my dad, stories about possums eating pumpkin pie. Who knows where I'll go next, but if we don't stand up to these globalists, they're going to psychically, financially, culturally rape us. And I don't care what happens to me as long as we get them off of us. Oh, that was where I went with the fighting. I remember being about like 11 years old when I finally, like, when the Berserker came out. There was like 4 or 5 guys, and this big fat guy was sitting on me, spitting in my face, and they were all holding my arms and legs down. And it's that experience of being beaten up slowly and finally just going into a total rage and throwing them off of me and grabbing a rock, like my dad said, smashing across one of their faces. And then their parents tried to sue, but they were all witnesses. Nothing happened. Hey, I'm sorry you lost your eye, you fat piece of garbage. That's what war is like. You start the fight, you pay. And that's what Soros and all these creepy, imagine when he was a kid, he was rounding up Jews. Think about who we're facing. These are the worst people on earth. And we're going to deal with them. We're going to annihilate them. We're going to win.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
Guaranteeing your food independence is a crucial part of prepping. Between debt crisis, natural disasters, or even simple power outages, having a supply of storable meals is crucial. With InfoWars Life Select storable food, you can make sure you and your family are ready for any emergency. With drinks, snacks, and meals in amounts ranging from 72 hours to a full year, there's no better place to look for healthy, easy, and incredible meals. Including meals such as Traveler Stew, Homestyle Potato Soup, and a variety of other meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, InfoWars Life Select storable food will help you eat comfortably in a time of need. They even work great for camping. Simply pack a 72-hour kit to go and you have easy-to-cook and transport food for you and your loved one's trip. Don't be caught surprised by an emergency. Make sure you're stocked up today with all the food you need for an affordable price with InfoWars Life Select storable foods.